Quote, every person in this country who has the desire and ability should be able to get all the education they need, regardless of the income of their family. This is not a radical idea. In Germany, Scandinavia, and many other countries, higher education is free or very inexpensive. We must do the same. End quote, Bernie Sanders. This quote was pulled from www.azquotes.com. Today, I hope to persuade you on what should be done to make college affordable for everyone. The reason I chose this as my topic is because I have had friends who have wanted to go to college but couldn't because after financial aid and their scholarships kicked in, they couldn't make up the difference. Throughout this speech, I will be talking to you about the need to make college affordable, some solutions we can take to achieve this goal, as well as the disadvantages of if college was affordable for everyone. First, let's look at some of the reasons of why college should be affordable for everyone. The first reason that comes to mind is more people would go to college after they graduate high school. These students could be the lower income students or the middle income students. Quote, after taking into account federal student loans, about 70% of the college were unaffordable for lower income students, both independent and dependent. End quote, Allie Bidwell. This quote was pulled from www.nasfaa.org. We can even rule in student debt. Over the years, tuition has increased, which means that students have to go and take out loans in order to be able to go to college. The amount of student loans outstanding last year in the United States was $1.41 trillion. That's a lot. This statistic was pulled from www.experian.com. That increased from 2018. A final reason is students would be able to choose majors they liked if everyone could afford college. Most students choose practical majors because they promise a higher future salary. But if they were to choose majors they liked, they would less likely be able to drop out because they would be interested in what they are learning. Now that we have taken a look at some of the reasons, let's take a look at some of the solutions we can take to achieve this goal. The first solution that comes to mind is by lowering tuition. If colleges were to lower tuition, like I said previously, more students would go after they graduate high school. As well as students would be open to more college options. For example, when you graduate high school, when you're applying for college applications, you look at a certain budget you want to spend for tuition, and you usually don't go over that limit. Another solution would be by having the colleges provide textbooks. Textbooks are a necessary part of learning. Colleges could do this by having book rental programs through the bookstores. These programs would be able to let students rent the books for free for a full semester. A final solution is by having more job opportunities open around campus. If there are more job opportunities, these students could go work, save up the money from working towards their tuition, their books, and even other expenses that they may need. Now that I have provided you with some solutions on how to make college affordable, let's talk about the disadvantages. The first disadvantage is, where would the money be coming from? The money would be coming from us taxpayers. They do this by increasing our taxes to try and make up the difference. The money could also come from Wall Street speculation taxes. Quote, When Wall Street's illegal behavior destroyed our economy, the middle class bailed them out. It is now time for them to help the middle class. End quote, Bernie Sanders. This quote was pulled from www.polityfact.com. Another disadvantage would be there would be an educational inflation, which would be there's too many students. Quote, education institutes would have a rather hard time to provide these huge number of students with proper education due to organizational problems. End quote. This quote was pulled from www.environmentalconscience.com. As well as there would be too many graduates. With all these graduates, there would be a high unemployment rate. The final disadvantage is the quality of college education would decrease. It would decrease because the professors might not be able to answer questions to the best of their ability due to these crowded classes. We can even take into account the learning experience would suffer. It would suffer due to the lack of books available online and in bookstores, as well as the lack of study spaces for students to go to study for exams. In conclusion, these changes would make lower income students be able to afford college. My goal today was to persuade you on what we should do to make college affordable for everyone. There are some needs on why college should be affordable, as well as the solutions we can take to achieve these goals. But with these needs and solutions, there are these disadvantages that make us not want to achieve this goal. Before I end this speech, I want you to remember this question and think about it. If you couldn't afford college, would you want these changes to be made? Thank you.